That'll do, pig. That'll do.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another live react. This time for the state of play for September 24th, 2024. The stream is just about to start. It's been a while since we've had one of these. Suffice to say, PlayStation has had a interesting few weeks, going from Concord to Astrobot to the PS5 Pro to now this. There's a lot of stuff up in the air. People are very confused. They're like, "Oh, we love Sony, we hate Sony." There's all this stuff going on. So I think for a lot of people, they are going into this expecting more than they probably should, because, again, as always, state of plays I've always been just like sevens and mess nices. I don't like the whole argument when people say that these are just elaborate trailers, or these are just packages of trailers and all this other stuff. Like, it's all like, oh, it's just marketing. I disagree that with Nintendo Directs specifically, but like, there are certain state of plays where it's like, okay, this is just trailers stitched together. And like, I've said it before, like, I don't like that PlayStation doesn't have an announcer. I don't like that it's just a disembodied voice, that it's just hey, like, it sounds, I maybe they're trying to do that, like, your PlayStation's talking to you. But point is, going into this, I think the big ones for me would be, I think Ghost of Tsushima 2, it is an easy one. Just trying to make sure levels are correct. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima 2 is an easy one for me. I'm not expecting gameplay. I'm not expecting a release date. I'm not expecting all that other stuff. But, like, just a teaser. Just, there we go. I'm not expecting crazy stuff from Ghost. Just a teaser. Hey, we're working on it. It's official. You guys know. Maybe a Death Stranding 2 release date. And then a bunch of fluff around that. Like, I'm not expecting big things out of this. Maybe a Suicide Squad update, but even that's like, probably would have had a Concord update here, but yeah, it is what it is. At most, maybe a teaser for Resident Evil 9, but, like, again, as much as I love Sony, as much as I hype their stuff up and all this other stuff, the state of plays have never been these big, elaborate 10 out of 10 things. I think there's been a few 8 out of 10s, or, like, 8.5s, but they've never really brought the punch, especially in comparison to the showcases. So there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's perfectly fine. Like, I think it's all about just perspective and being in the right mindset of, what we can realistically expect. I saw people like, yeah, no Wolverine, no Venom, no new Ratchet, no Kingdom Hearts 4. That's not happening. Maybe Spider-Man DLC, but, like, there's no Last of Us 3. No, this is not going to be a big one. Sony said at the start of this year, hey, 2024 does not have any big titles. And in retrospect, it is kind of funny that they don't consider Astrobot a big title. But yeah, I think 2025 and the future of what could be is exciting. But, like, for what to expect for the rest of the year, it's just DLC and, like, Call of Duty. Like, there's not a lot to, like, if you are solely a PlayStation gamer and you only play their first-party stuff, like, I would just take the year off. Catch up on your backlog, do other stuff, but, like, for me, really, it's just Ghost. I think Ghost is the main one, and then a bunch of fluffy ones around that just to offset it. But who knows? I love to be wrong. I would love for this to be a 10 out of 10 banger. Also, no GTA 6. That's fucking stupid. I don't think it has to be said, but It's just worth putting out there. Astro DLC? Or are they just riding the coattails? Ah, cute. Ah! I'm sure there's trophies in this, but like, as someone who lost their mind at the normal ones, like, doing a speed run level just is not what appeals to me. Stella Blade. Something I do like about Astro that I don't think I've seen a lot of people mention is the fact how many third-party people they do have. Like, it could have just been first party, and I do appreciate they reached out and they made that extra effort. No date again, guys. Holy shit! There's people.
Couldn't be happier with the reception to Astrobot and to see how much joy Astro is bringing to homes all around the world. On behalf of Team Asobi, thank you so much. Now we still have a few surprises up our sleeves. Today's trailer was a sneak peek at a DLC we'll release later this year at no additional cost. We'll have more to share soon. But for now, let's enjoy the state of play.
Hello.
Listen to me, burnt one. If you're intending to walk the midnight walk, you better be sure to keep your spark safe and burning.
What? The absolute... I am fucking sold.
While I was in the black, I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Or, okay. My roommate is recently, like, he keeps seeing all these games on the storefront, and then he gets so hyped and he sees they're on VR too, and I always feel so bad. But it's glad it's on base. Okay, that is awesome. Come on, date. Ah.
I don't remember when it happened, but I remember how I felt. Father told us to hide when they came to our house. Then they took him away. Mother said I couldn't play outside anymore. Everyone has
Stalker
said
2. I know that's. I think that's Xbox exclusive, but
we would be okay. Mother always said monsters didn't exist. I thought they lived under my bed. We were both wrong.
the people.
They lived inside our heads.
The people are the monsters. This is like Dark Souls and Death Stranding and Resident Evil. This is like all the games in one. This is hell. Oh, okay. I thought that was just the name of the game. Oh, that is hell is us. Okay, cool, neat. Date.
My story is a tale of rules rewritten by nuclear fire.
Oh, hey, Serda!
Have you seen Yana?
Something happened.
She's ignored.
It was funny because I was talking to my roommate about how VR2 is basically dead, and like obviously it's not dead. Like they're still putting out games.
Let Yana be alright. What is that?
I do appreciate they're trying. Like I think the SIP is shelled. Like I don't think it's gonna be even as big as VR1 was.
Did you not hear any of that?
But games are still coming out for it. Like it's not like they've fully pulled support. Which is, I guess, a not alternative. Like, at least they're trying to chip away at it and see what they can do. Because I think most people in the mindshare, they've moved on. They really do not care about VR. With a date. No announcer.
So, how did it feel to learn the truth about the night sky tragedy? Long ago, you humans slaughtered each other until the whole world lay in ruins. And yet, you have been granted another chance in Auroria. It must be the will of your beloved Mother Goddess. However, I still have no trust in your kind.
I want to say this is Final Fantasy, but I know it's not. Online though.
Prove yourself. If you survive this trial,
Arcage.
perhaps you might become one of us.
That does sound familiar. No date. Is this Pal World? Oh no. I'm not going to say anything about the lawsuit because I think enough people have said it. All I'm going to say is that hypothetically, if the game does get delisted or whatever, that really sucks for PlayStation players. They waited so long, you know, the hype's pretty much all gone down, and then when they finally get the game, it gets delisted. I apologize for the slurps. Out today. Okay, cool.
Thanks to Pocket Pair for that new look at Pal World, an incredible open-world survival game that's launching today on the PlayStation 5 console. We have a few more games with breaking news today, starting with the return of two beloved RPGs from the original PlayStation.
Interesting.
Your dreams, magical thoughts, all things are real unless you dream they're not. In your
This is a port.
love is the plot, carried on wings of hope.
Lunar Remastered Collection brings together Lunar the Silver Star Story Complete and Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete with updated visuals, widescreen mode, and more.
Instantly we see it, the time to grow and be when everything is pinned on a hook.
Lunar Remastered Collection comes to PS5.
Why are there no
Spring
dates?
2025.
PlayStation's usually a little better with this.
2 updates on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. First, the Radical Reptiles DLC, which adds Mondo Gecko and Mona Lisa as playable characters. And for no extra cost, a remixed in-game soundtrack featuring some amazing guest composers.
My
Both of these
autocorrect
updates
updated
arrived
Shredder
later
to
today.
Cheddar's Revenge. That's the movie, is it not?
Taken on another form?
And yes, you heard right. Keanu Reeves is joining Sonic X Shadow Generations as part of the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 3
What?
movie pack. This update is inspired by scenes from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie and arrives December 12th. The Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie pack is included in the Digital Deluxe Edition, which
That's-
lets you play the game 3 days
Oh
after
shoot! I might like.
its release
I
date.
was kind of interested in this game, and you get to play a Keanu. That's fucking amazing.
ハローステートプレイ I'm 坂口、プロデューサーオブファンタジアンネオディメンジョン、手作りのジオラマを使ったファンタジアンネオディメンジョン、150も作りました。そしてランダムエンカウントを貯めていっぺんに戦ったりスキルの起動を操作したりと短式バトルにも新要素を盛り込んでいます。音楽はファイナルファンタジーシリーズで共に歩んできた上松さんです。プレイステーション5にて2024年12月5日
Wow, I'm pretty sure that's the first date.
皆さんにプレイしていただけたらと、願っています。
We're just over a month away from the release of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Let's check in with BioWare and Electronic Arts for an extended look at a climactic battle.
Also, I didn't double check before recording this, but it is interesting that they said specifically it was like, hey, we're showing 20 games, when normally it's like, oh, it's going to be 20 or 20 minutes long or 30 minutes long, or this like I don't know. I might be reading into it more, but I just think it's interesting that they highlighted how many games they're showing and not how long it was, which leads me to believe that certain games are going to get like probably bigger deep dives. And it's just, like, oh, cool, there's 20 games, but some of them are, like, quick, go, 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 go.
So we challenge her. Draw the dragon out into the open, then attack. Just you and me now. Everyone, get ready.
Orders! Ready, ballistas! Wait for it.
Come on. Come on.
Is this a dead guy there we're not going to talk about? I'm sure that's part of the plot.
Hit the wings. Force her to land. Second detachment. Flank on
Oh.
the wall.
What's going on? Okay.
Let's go.
To anyone asking why I don't stream these things live, here you go. The internet in this place is fucking abysmal. I mean, let's just take a second to say at Viral Vinnie Show on Facebook. Follow Vinnie on Threads. Follow Vinnie on Instagram. Follow Vinnie Gameplay for old content that I probably won't post to for a while. But now, hopefully this 5-second spam pin has done something. Streams is not like Dragon. The game's so intense it crashed the stream. Oh! It's a lot of tentacles. I don't know what the plan here was, but this was not a good idea.
Your battle is already lost.
Oh, it's on Christmas, or not Christmas, Halloween, excuse me.
This isn't the Bureau's first time in Bright Falls.
Alan Wake? Or,
The FBC's research
yeah, Alan Wake,
department
yeah.
set up a facility.
DLC, yeah, that's what they're doing.
If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there, I would have just kept on driving.
Is this game still digital only? Kind of curious, like, I can't recall if they said it was just at launch or forever. Either way, it's a bit silly. You need to start putting dates. October is in 6 days. If you don't have a date yet, like, what the heck? Also, is this James Bond one? Hitman VR. Oh my god, the goofy. Okay.
Few know the truth. I stood with Cain and my brethren.
Oh shoot.
I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony.
The fate of this world was
Okay, it is a remake.
What madness is this?
Am I so changed?
I was not prepared for what lay beyond this threshold.
I do appreciate like how goofy and cartoony the art style is.
The future has always been written.
There's certain games like Spyro where I think they just go too far and it becomes too hyper detailed to a certain extent. And it's like, no, I think part of the best way to update these early 3D games is to go for a bit more goofy,
Legacy of Kain Soul
cartoony
Reaper
style.
1 and 2 Remastered arrives December 10th, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the first game's
Nice.
release. Games from the original PlayStation era also inspired Fear the Spotlight from Blumhouse Games. It brings atmospheric polygonal scares to PS5 and PS4 on October 22nd.
Just go home, Viv.
With some YouTuber nonsense.
I'm happy here. So happy.
At last, we've returned to our ancestral land, Agasba.
Build villages
Yeah.
with vast ecosystems in Towers of Agasba. This colorful world includes unique creatures, a peculiar cast of characters, and also allows you to invite other players to visit your island. Towers of Agasba launches into early access this November.
No date!
Up next, Epic Games brings a split-screen mode to LEGO Fortnite this October.
Yeah!
This feature enables friends and family to explore the world and build villages together while playing on the same PS5 or PS4. And in other Fortnite news,
Oh!
limited edition DualSense wireless controller arrives later this year, with pre-orders starting October 3rd.
Maybe. I really want the
PlayStation
Astro,
blog
but
for
maybe.
more details. Next, it's 1 versus 1,000 in Dynasty Warriors Origins, and Koei Tecmo Games is ready to share the release date. Let's take a look.
Guardian of Peace, you have crossed paths with men who may one day bring about order. Until then, you must adapt to the chaos and find a way to survive. So choose your path wisely. Go forth and learn what it means to be a hero.
You claim to strive for justice, but have no way to achieve it. Tearing down the system without providing an alternative is mere wanton destruction.
It's not wrong. Anarchy for anarchy's sake won't only get you so far.
The die has been cast. All that remains is to see this through.
Ooh! I love how like most of the games that are next year have dates, but nothing this year.
I was still hoping that I imagined the whole thing. It's burned into my mind.
Yeah, Monster Hunter.
So, Captain, what's your team been getting up to?
The Guild gave special assignments to some of the other units from the expedition, mine included.
This forest is amazing.
My fur isn't built for this kind of weather.
Meow.
Causing the water currents to surge too.
This is its territory, and we're intruders.
Yeah. I feel like someone's gonna like, well, actually, but like, I can never tell if Monster Hunter is supposed to be like whimsical or terrifying. Like 1 minute it's like, oh, that's beautiful, it's so peaceful, it's serene. The next it's like, this seems like it would be an awful place to live in. You're constantly under attack from monsters and whatnot. You gotta deal with those things.
Why don't they just put the meat down?
You can't ask a calico to put down its meat, how dare you?
Leave this to me! Heels inbound!
That's it. The White Wraith. It's real! Is that what we're after? The White Wraith.
Down there. Someone's in trouble.
It seems we must do a more thorough investigation.
Damn.
What is that thing? An extinct species. You're a hunter. You've got a weapon, and you do nothing?
What is that club?
Give it to me! And I'll...
You what, kid? February. Ooh, nice. I can't recall if that was announced or not, but yay. See, these are the parts where it's like, okay, this is just a commercial.
皆さんこんにちは。モンスターハンターワイルズプロデューサーの津本です。本作の発売日が2025年2月28日、世界同日発売に決定いたしました。本日より順次予約を開始しますので、ぜひご予約いただければと思います。プレイステーションストアでご予約いただいた方限定の特典として、プレイステーション5でご覧いただけるデジタルミニアートブックをご用意します。9月26日の23時からは TGS2024 カプコンオンラインプログラムを放送いたします。
I'm not reacting to that. Anytime I've done a Capcom one, it's always been an ordeal.
またお会いしましょう。
If this video gets to like 100 views, then maybe I'll react to it. Ooh. Oh, okay.
Look at those chompers. Okay, trail spots aren't cheap, so let's get started. A hunter with a mysterious past and her very heroic friends are all that stands in the way of an unspeakable evil. Join them as they explore, hunt, collect wacky outfits, and decorate their village.
Nailed it. This is awesome.
But wait, there's more. With the digital deluxe edition, you get this exciting blue roller thing. And snazzy costumes, like the Shadow Skullboard outfit. And this
Oh, Ratchet, Rivet?
I don't know what that is. That or that. Or why they're climbing in that cannon.
I understand whatever extenuating circumstances. It is kind of interesting how much they are trying to build up the Horizon show, or sorry, the Horizon IP when they just canceled the show at Netflix. It's like, okay, you've gotten kids into Horizon. Now, what, you want them to play the main game, or?
And Aloy has more good news on the horizon. Aloy's original adventure, Horizon Zero Dawn, is being remastered for PS5 and PC by Guerrilla and Nixes. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered includes more than 10 hours of re-recorded conversation mocap and countless graphical improvements that bring the game to the same visual fidelity as Horizon Forbidden West.
See, I'm not saying there isn't a market for this because you people bought Last of Us Part 1. My thing is just how big of a market is it? I personally don't think the market is there, but...
And anyone who owns the original PS4 version of the game will be able to upgrade to the new PS5 version.
Yeah. Well, okay, they've just said they were doing that before.
Visit PlayStation
It's annoying, but it is what it is. At least they're consistent with their bullshit.
New content is on the way to the action-packed world of Stellar Blade. A new photo mode lets players set up the perfect picture.
Wow, I wonder why you would need that for a game like Stellar Blade, huh? That's so weird. Why?
And Stellar Blade's original soundtrack, featuring over 180 songs from the game, is available on select streaming services starting today.
I mean, we're already at 22, so they already lied, but... Wow! No.
Sci-fi worlds collide in the Stellar Blade and Nier Automata.
Wow.
Coming to Stellar Blade later this year.
Wow. Oh. Damn.
Now let's talk about what's ahead for PlayStation Plus. First, your monthly games for October are WWE 2K24, Dead Space, and Doki Doki Literature
Nice.
Plus. These will be available to all PlayStation.
It's weird
Plus
they're doing
members starting
this in a
October
state of
1st.
play, but...
Meanwhile, our library of PlayStation classics continues to grow, with 2 more fan favorites from the original PlayStation arriving later this year: Blood Omen: Legacy of Kain and Capcom's Dino Crisis.
Capcom is teasing people with this freaking game.
Naughty Dog fans know September 26th is
They
the
have to be hyping up something.
We're celebrating by adding the critically acclaimed PS5 hit The Last of Us Part 1 to the PlayStation Plus game catalog this Thursday.
I would laugh if it was Concord. They're like, oh, sorry, we couldn't edit it out. We didn't have time. Ooh, that's sexy. Wait, is this multiple ones? I get the first 2. What is the third color? Or is it like holographic? I'll give you that's a sick trailer. Teal. Yeah, I don't like either of them.
Hi everyone, I'm Mark Cerny.
It's Nax Daddy.
Revealed the newest addition to the PlayStation 5 family, PS5 Pro, alongside several games showcasing the superior frame rates and improved graphics that the new console makes possible. With PS5 Pro, developers have access to 3 key improvements: an upgraded GPU, advanced ray tracing, and AI-driven upscaling that combine to bring developers closer to realizing their unique vision. We're excited for players to get their hands on PlayStation 5 Pro when it launches this November. But in the meantime, here's a look at some of the games that are being enhanced for the new console, including a few titles that we're revealing for the very first time today.
This is the time of our lives. This is the time of our lives. This is the time of our
Got nothing to say, so I'm gonna jump at the end of the song. So I'm just gonna keep on vertical sand sold separately. Okay, this has to be Ghost, the one they're ending on. Yeah. Capture on PS5. Yeah, I was right. Fun fact, I've never actually beat Ghost 1.
Are beyond the edge of
I got to like the end of chapter 2 into chapter 3, and then I think just life distracted me. So I got to go back and beat this at some point.
People come north to disappear. But you are hunting. And now, every Ronin here is after you.
The ghost.
Still think you're the hunter?
Oh. Have a date. I fucking dare you after everything else. Oh wow, we're getting more. I thought we were just getting a teaser. What the f- This is like a goddamn movie. Holy shit. Dual wield. Don't know how the game ends, so I can't. Don't know if I. Now I'm very curious about how Horizon or Ghost 1 ends. Ghost of Yodi! Okay. Vibing. Horizon. Check it. It's coming. Thanks for watching. But there's a little happy place. Okay, we're not doing that. Nope. I've given IGN enough free promotion. Yeah, so that was the state of play. I'm doing it half because I want to be fair and biased, and like I very much critique Xbox for this a lot in the future, or in the past. I think you know having like I just stopped taking dates down at a certain point, but like I think having 1 or 2 games that don't have a date is fine. But when the vast majority of your showcase doesn't have dates, then it's like, what is the point? I'm just trying to see like Dragon Age. Okay, we knew. Like, I think the core tenet of like these showcases and these presentations should always be like, what new thing do you have to say? Be it, hey, here's a new co-op mode. Here's a new story thing. Like here is a release date. Here's a pre-order bonus. Like you have to have some new piece of information that you present into these things. Because even as silly as it is, like Lego Fortnite, that having split screen, very thin, flimsy news update, but that is something we did not know going into this. Stuff like Dragon Age, what was the new thing? Cool, this is how the gameplay works a little bit more. It's like, all right, well, we can wait for release for that. Zero Dawn Remastered, like, all right, we already knew about that. Lego Horizon, we already knew about that. Even stuff like Dragon Age Warriors, I don't really recall anything major. Like, so that's why I'm a bit torn. Where if you look at it on paper, and it's like, okay, Astro, the Midnight Walk, Hell is Arch, like, Alan Wake DOC, Hitman VR, Legacy of Kain. That's like a legit review. Like, I think this was good. There's no denying that. Like it's in that, like, I guess for most people it would probably be about an 8 out of 10, but like just for me, because there's no dates, I do think that is something you need, like, to, because at that point, I think a lot of people complain about revealing games too early and like showing games when they're not ready, or like this or that. But then you get to these presentations and they're like, well, we've seen this game before. Like I guess just at that point, like, at that point, just reveal whatever. Like, do a teaser, do it like a proof of concept, do like a whatever. Like, just, if the whole point of these presentations are just to get people hyped and get people excited, just go announce like Spyro 3, or excuse me, not Spyro 3, Spider-Man 3. Show off like Wolverine, do a teaser for it. Like, if the whole goal here is just to get people excited, it doesn't really matter if you don't have dates, because it's just about showing off really cool game. Show off Kingdom Hearts. Show off the next Ratchet and Clank. Show off Twisted Metal, or this or that. Like, just go balls to the wall. If the dates don't matter, if the dates do matter, and we're complaining about we're seeing games too early, we like we see these trailers for like years and years before it is. Then you need, like, I think morally, I think like we as an audience need to like kind of pick and choose, because like, again, on paper this was a solid showing. Lots of games I was interested, some I wasn't. VR was shown. They did hardware. They announced the first party. They talked about PlayStation Plus. They did all this other stuff. It was a solid showing, but there was no date. One of the main things I always say, like, going into this, is like, I want a roadmap for the next, ideally, like, at least the next like 3 to 4 months. Show me what is PlayStation's fall, what's a bit of their winter, like what is their Christmas looking like. Because right now, like, if someone asks me, it's just like, hey, what new games are coming to PlayStation? It's like, not much. Like, yes, there's tons of stuff. Like, obviously, there's not to say there's no games coming out, but the whole point of these things is to do that roadmap. And Nintendo has done it consistently. They gave us a date for Zelda. They gave us a date for Mario Party. We have their next, like, 2-3 months. We even have a little bit of, like, January, March, like, for next year planned out. So I don't agree that, like, PlayStation and Xbox get off where it's just like, oh, well, okay, well, Xbox, like, they committed to that whole the next 12 months, and then they couldn't meet that. So then they just, like, stopped adding dates. And then with PlayStation, they're doing something similar, where it's just like, well, a game's coming out in October. It's like, okay, but, like, we don't have... I don't know. Like, I think it was a solid showing. I think, if you are basing your whole belief system off of will you have games to play in the next few months, yeah, obviously you're fine. Like, there will be something for you to play, but I think, me personally, I enjoy having those pieces. I enjoy having those pieces lined up. I enjoy, like, having that little roadmap. where you can kind of like, as a consumer, plan and strategize and kind of like, just see like, okay, well, I can only get like 2 games a month. I'm gonna get this one, or like, maybe there's no games I'm interested in November, so maybe I can get like an extra one in October, or like. But I think having that roadmap is very beneficial. It very much helps. So I don't know. This is not having dates is not just does not sit right with me, because PlayStation has done it in the past. And again, as I said at the start, like they were taking the year off. They're like, hey, we don't have any big stuff. We're gonna focus on stuff for next year. But I don't know. I can't morally look past that. Like, I think. I'm not at, like, hey, even if it's just months, that is fine. Like, okay, October, whatever, this or that. But, like, it's not having, like, firm dates. I don't know. It's just, it's not going to sit right with me. Otherwise, I think we need to change the way we discuss these games, because then it just becomes, okay, what is hype? What is excited? Like, at that point, like, reveal games that are in pre-production. Reveal games that are just, like, leaving alpha. Like, go balls to the wall if it's just about hyping up the future of, what to expect at some point. But with all that out of the way, I don't think this like totally absolves Sony. I still think they are very much like in a precarious place where with certain people. But again, they did a bunch of VR stuff. Like I think these are all nitpicks, but I do think like it was solid, it was good, but I just morally cannot say that was like bang. I can't go like I can't walk away here today saying I feel more confident in the future of PlayStation. It's honestly about the same as where we were before. There's certain ones where it's like, oh hey, like I'm slightly more confident on VR of all things, but like at the core, like PS5 Pro, if like if someone asks like oh like what is it worth it to get into the PlayStation ecosystem, I would just say like yeah, like probably, of course. But yeah, so we'll have to see. Like I don't see another state of play this year, and then I don't even see a them doing anything big at Game Awards. So honestly, I feel like they're gonna stay radio silent until next year, and I wouldn't be surprised if even in depending on when Nintendo does their Switch 2 announcement and reveal and all that other stuff, I would not be surprised if they don't like have a state of play until February or March. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But for now, I have been Viral Vinny, just rambling and having wonderful technical issues over the state of play for September 24th, 2024. If you want to follow me, as always, you can do it at Viral Vinny, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, Viral Vinny Show on Facebook. I post there sometimes. Viral Vinny Gameplay for old content. I don't plan to update it anytime soon. But that's been me. I completely forgot my catchphrase. But this has been the PlayStation State of Play for September, and I will check you guys next time.
Who's your